Wow, wow, wow. An Arknights guide. Yeah, one of the guides of all time of this year. Listen, I don't want to waste your time. Let's just get into it. Let's start with the base. The base is interesting, right? So the base has this layout, and I'm going to immediately leave it to other content creator videos going into depth. First thing I'm going to do is point you to another content creator to talk about it, because I don't care. You can copy exactly what I do. This gets the job done. Or you can min-max your currency or whatever. I've never cared. I've played this game for many years. This has been a hot topic in the community for quite some time. Listen, if you don't care like me, then you won't care. One thing I will touch on is that you can literally produce premium currency. Yes, you heard that right. At least the currency for polls. This is not recommended to do for beginners, okay? Even though it sounds absolutely insane, you are much better off using sanity to farm for materials to make your operator stronger so you can complete content that will award you far more Orundum in the long run. Okay? The production efficiency of Orundum is pretty abysmal, but some players will die by this method once they have a surplus of rocks and LMD, so just wait for that moment. The base used to be cancer. I'm just gonna say that outright. I've made multiple complaints about it. Finally, those complaints are coming to fruition, or I shouldn't say finally, it's been a while now, but they implemented everything we asked for, albeit it took well over 5 years. I can no longer complain because we have everything now. It's amazing. You just bop, do the thing, boom. Workshop, I guess we can touch upon rocks for a second. Rocks are almost the same thing as core dust, from DK. Rocks are the core dust of AK. You always want rocks. You always want to be farming for rocks. You want your emotions to go towards rocks. Now, you get to a certain point in the game where rocks start to become more irrelevant, but you always want to have a surplus of rocks. It just feels good to have a lot of rocks. I don't know what it is. It's some fucking status thing in AK. You just show off to your friends that you have 1,000 rocks or something. You always want to get rocks, right? So farm for rocks. I said workshop, but I didn't even talk about it. You make materials here. You will be using the workshop a lot. Some operators grant benefits for specific types of material creation, so make sure you read the damn text. Or if you're lazy like me, then just use whatever. Go random bullshit, make the thing. Oh yeah, when you're farming for these materials, it's almost always better to farm for the lower rarity, not the higher rarity. It's too rare, it's just a waste of sanity. And then farm events. They have great drop rates. Clue exchange. I haven't touched this since the first year of playing. Only psychopaths will continue to do this shit. Listen, maybe it's because I don't have friends, but you get enough credits just by logging in. So you just buy rocks or LMD in the shop, and then you're good. Don't do this. Don't waste your time making friends, okay? Gacha functions. Ooh, gold certificates. Let's go through that one first. These are amazing. For every higher rarity operator you pull, you get this thing called a gold certificate, or multiple of them, okay? Once you accumulate about 270, you can trade in all of them for a shit load of pulls. And let me tell you, it's not that hard to get to 270. Think about it. It rolls into each other, meaning let's say you spend 80,000 Orundum on the banner. You obviously will get a substantial amount of gold certs from that, right? Then let's say you get to 270 with the help of those pulls. So you cash out. By the way, don't ever cash out unless you have the 270. Anyways, then you use those pulls you got from the gold cert shop to get even more gold certs. So you see what I'm getting at, right? Of course, it's diminishing, but the value is still there. The only other time you don't want to use the gold certs for extra pulls is if a character you want is in the shop. Let's say Enos. In that case, it's worth spending the 180 certs to guarantee the operator rather than gamble. Although in this case, I would argue the opposite. She's just that broken. Sparking and Pity. Pity starts at 50, which is pretty good, and you're guaranteed the featured operator at 150 pulls, which again is pretty solid in comparison to other games. I'm pretty sure this used to not be the case, or they didn't tell us outright. So that's great. Thank you for being so considerate, Hypergriff. Now imagine if this was the case in Enfield. Too soon. Sweeping. One of the biggest reasons players quit was the absence of true sweeping. Okay, it's still technically not true sweeping. They first introduced a half-assed multi-auto battle function, which was, to be fair, way better than before. But it wasn't enough. They realized there wasn't a single Arknights fan that felt enriched by looking at their auto battles fail randomly 15% of the time. Furthermore, players wouldn't know PRTS failed because the game would be minimized while they did some Christmas shopping. Let me tell you, this coupled with the base coming out of beta are the biggest quality of life improvements in the history of the game. Nothing comes close, except maybe for the claim all button. I don't even care about the gacha shit compared to this. If you don't know what to farm, just farm rocks, or the current event stages, or the purchase tickets. Speaking of which, purchase tickets. You need these guys to ascend your operators, and at some point, you're gonna run out of stock. So, you farm here. There are some exclusive operators in this thing. Ethan is pretty good. Annihilation and tickets. Annihilation is synonymous with free Orundum, 1800 per week, but you gotta complete the 14-minute long stage first. If you screw up, you start from the beginning. Sounds like CBT. So, unless this is your favorite content, I recommend simply looking at a guide to get it done the first try. There are always guides. In order to get skip tickets, you have to complete dailies. Unfortunate for people that don't do dailies, but you can skip like 1 or 2 days, it's no big deal. PC client. This game doesn't have a PC client in the whole year of 2025, despite the countless begathons of the community. And there goes about 10% of you. PC client was apparently confirmed, says my trusted source. So it's actually more of a reason to start now. And you might have Exia Alter. They 100% won't. Let's talk about this so-called #1 character. Right now, before the release of this video, the most broken operator in the game, no, not you, is in the banner. She has the ability to revive operators and deal massive damage, which essentially translates to amazing for every single situation in the game. The second most broken is also in the banner, and she's hot as AF and absolutely crazy, like mentally. The best combination known to human history. Good luck getting her, Timmy no Arundums. She's also voiced by the goddess of tsunderes and recently got a brand new maid skin. Wait, I've seen this before. What were we talking about? Oh, yes. What are the best operators to use in a cast of 400? Listen, I don't have time for this. Why don't I just give you a shopping list instead? One that forgets the milk. Saria, good for sustain. Surtur, kills just about everything on the ground. Ray, kills everything. Typhon, slowly builds up to kill everything. Thorns, same thing but on a ground tile. Mudrock, unkillable. Penance, unkillable. Molnar, kills everything but boring. Logos, kills everything instantly depending on their health pool. Golden Glow, kills everything on the entire planet. Lemwin, ICBM. Carnelian, kinda sucks, not gonna lie, but why is she in here? Ascalon, get fucking cucked twice. Mountain, there's no way this guy only costs 10 DP. Suzerain, let's kill everything faster. Monster, let's kill everything faster. Bagpipe. Enos should be on my Enos instead of this guy's. Oh well, Can't win them all. Myrtle, the true essence of let's design the entire game around her because we didn't calculate how broken she would be in the first year of Arknights. Of course, there are many more, a lot of them locked behind the limited status, but some of them are 5 stars, 4 stars. No, but seriously, 4 and 3 stars are super worth building, even for endgame content. Trust me. Plus, they're way cheaper than building 5 stars and definitely 6 stars. And can I tell you something? 5 stars are the most lost and confused rarity in the game. It's like the home of wasted potential. Skill training. We're getting closer to endgame, so might as well talk about where all your resources will end up going. It's either this or modules. Skill training to M3 takes a ridiculous amount of time and resources, and some skills are just not worth M3ing. If you just need to M3 something for whatever reason, then M3 the dudes or chicks you use the most. It's no problem. Oh, you want my opinion? Okay. Aya Fiala skill 2 and 3, Myrtle skill 1, Saria skill 1, Nightingale skill 2 and 3, Ifrit skill 2, Mountain skill 2, Horn skill 1, and Surtur's skill 3. All right, I'm done. Modules. They're a way of making old operators better or interesting or still completely useless. I did say old operators, but that's not entirely true. It's just another buff to any character in the game, brand new or not. Clicking this button comes with a wall of text that you probably won't read, and 3 levels, 90% of the time from my experience, whatever you take from that. Level 1 or 2 is enough, so don't force it. Like I said, this can require wumbo resources, especially as a new player, so I recommend choosing wisely and taking your time. End game content. I highly recommend integrated strategies. Wow, can you believe it? The mother of roguelike modes in Gacha, and still somehow the best to ever do it. Nothing has come even close. The peak of Arknights gameplay. Nothing is more hype than a new IS or a new IS specific module for a character that fell out of the meta. Some would argue this is the reason why Arknights is alive and well today. And I'd go as far as to tell you to start Arknights just so you can experience IS once. Reclamation algorithm sounds as complicated as it is. I'ma come clean. I tried this game mode for about an hour and gave up. Not for me, but maybe for you. Only 8% of the player base does SSX tricky, meaning there is almost no reason to do this game mode. I'd say give it a go a couple times to get a head start on module items, and who knows, maybe you'll fall into the 8%. You can use the Annihilation tickets on these too. Contingency contract. Who cares? Again, that was all endgame content, and none of it is required for you to max out your operators. Free skins. Somehow this company is dumb enough to sell premium skins without adding a new predatory currency or forcing a direct purchase. Pro-consumer practices in my Gacha game? No wonder this game performs so terribly on the revenue leaderboard. You can collect at least 60% of the skins, extremely educated guess by the way, in the entire game by playing the game. And of course, getting lucky with pulls, you don't force yourself to use OP. I want to emphasize, after literally just emphasizing, how incredibly generous this is. Combine this with the fact that character dupes are essentially pointless, and you have a gacha where the premium currency is meant for only one copy of a character, and the rest is for skins. Premium packs. Ironic I cover this right after. Pretty good deals overall, but nothing to write home about. I guess it's pretty nice that they don't shove these goddamn packs in your face every time you log in or complete a special stage. It's almost detoxing. I imagine you're not watching this video to buy premium packs, so let's just move on. Lore. Arknights story has 2 modes. Holy shit, nobody talks like this. Can we move on? And this might be the greatest fucking piece of fiction ever written in Gacha history. As of late, the ladder mode has been dominating the main story. It feels like it really amped up with Lone Trail, then Babel, then Chapter 14, and now Chapter 15, the Apex. Just 4 of the most delicious things you'll consume if you have the time to read through novel-length slideshows. And that's our next topic. Unlike modern Gacha games, Arknights is true to its visual novel core. Lone Trail may be fantastic, but you will have to go in with the mindset of reading a small to mid-sized book. It's just that long. But let's say I'm talking to some fast readers right now. Just recently, they implemented a new layout for the main story. So if you want just the most important stuff, it tells you right here. It doesn't list Lone Trail, but hey, that's up to you. Oh yeah, I might get crucified if I don't say this. Arknights might have the best world building in the industry. There, I said it. Y'all can fuck off. Miscellaneous. Music is the best in the industry. I love me some Nikkei songs. But Arknights' ability to create anything in any genre is unbeatable. Multi-language support. Every operator comes with multiple languages. Now, that sounds like something that every other Gacha game has, and you're kind of right, but you're wrong. Okay, in this game, you can customize individual operators with the language you want to hear from them. Now, most operators have maybe like 3 or 4 languages, but that's still awesome. For example, you can hear in the same battle Volpe as an Italian, Pepe as Machiko, and Necros as ASMR.
A deep sleep is akin to death.
It's fantastic. Why don't other gachas do this? I don't know. Money. That's why. All right, this is the portion where I like really glaze the developers. Okay, so it's time to click off all those people. Are they gone? All right, fuck those pieces of shit. Hypergriff also has a pretty clean track record. Yeah, I can't think of any accounts of shady business. Okay, maybe like the worst thing you can think of is the slow transition to modern QoL systems, right? Like the base being in beta for a century. Besides that, there was some ant-sized drama with old CC currency not being exchangeable with the new one, or artists being fired for valid reasons. But that's it. I'm actually curious now. Can anyone list in the comments section anything that Hypergriff has done that resembles a typical greedy gacha developer today? Not Yostar, Hypergriff. So yeah, no gacha skins, no shadow updates, decreasing materials or random, no hiring of content creators to spread goodwill propaganda. Wait, what?